between these iconic hedges, the field where some of college football's greats have called home. Sanford Stadium in Athens, Georgia, where these fans are ready to turn the dogs loose. A top 25 showdown coming up. Two of college football's premier teams preparing to duke it out right here on this field. As we'll see, the number 13 team in the country, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on the 10th-ranked team in the land, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Kick it away to start us off. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. First down for this offense. He's looking to throw it. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. SEC versus the Big Ten. They compete at everything. They try to outspend each other, and they certainly want to beat each other on the field.
So many national championships, so many Heisman Trophy winners shared between these two conferences, David. Everybody gets excited when the Big Ten takes on the SEC.
And these games matter so much. The fans get so amped up, so juiced up, to the point where we hear in the stands, what? SEC, SEC. They wouldn't say that if conference pride wasn't a real thing.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Looking to throw, it's Woodside. Unloads to the wideout. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Well, statistically, this defense is not one of the better units against the pass. They're trying to change that here today. What a great job tracking the ball down, making a play on it, stabbing it out of the air for a big interception early. That should be massive for their confidence.
This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. On the move, it's Whitaker. Works his way ahead for about 3. It's down at the 8. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Got his man quickly. He'll get it all the way down to the 8-yard line, and the defense is feeling the heat.
Nice play. And this running back showing you why he truly is a 3-down back. He's not just dangerous running the football between the tackles or blocking, but he can also catch the ball. And when you get this guy the football in space in the perimeter of the field, he's got the wiggle, and he's got the power to break tackles from the secondary. That's why this guy has an opportunity to play at the next level.
They want to run this quarterback. And they did not let him get to that 1st down line. It'll bring up a call here.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
This crowd busting the decibel meter and trying to will a 4th down stop. stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down.
That's such a terrible feeling, too, if you're the quarterback, because on 4th down, they're calling for you on a design run. They're putting all their hopes on you to somehow go out and get that first, and he knew it. There was just nowhere to go. It's got to be a terrible feeling when you know the defense has won, especially on 4th down, and you're going to be coming off the field.
From his end zone, he'll go up top. Quick completion on the out. Can anyone catch him? He's at the 40. The 20. He's at the 10. Touchdown Bulldogs. And once he got loose, it was all over.
Yeah, coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. That one's going to get a little star marked beside it on the play sheet. One play, explosive, touchdown, just like that. The kickoff unit about to go to work. He'll bring it back looking for help. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. That 4th down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. And the defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before, so you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute, put some points on the board.
They're going to ride this running back. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks for the 1st down.
I love this guy because he brings a physicality to this Michigan offense. Bo Schembechler would have loved this guy. He would have loved to jog a few extra tight ends on the field, get the QB under center, student body right, and give this guy the football. He would have fit in perfectly with his running style. Man, he is hard to bring down.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's Melton. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
I'll tell you, for this defense, they're going to have to find a way to bracket this slot receiver because of how athletic he is. They're going to need to make sure they've got linebackers and DBs surrounding this guy at all times.
Running game worked on 1st down. Let's see if they go back to it on 2nd down. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. He'll try to do it himself. They make the stop, but what a job on the scramble to get loose and pick up that 1st down. The Wolverines racing to the line in the hurry-up. He's going to pass. Getting some heat. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, this offense might want to think about moving the launch point for this QB because if you take hits like that from the pocket, it's really tough to complete passes.
They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Right on target this time. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
And a really good job by the quarterback being very decisive. He saw his matchup. He went for it. He attacked it. Got the positive gain. I would say he's going to find that guy a few more times today.
And the Wolverines trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. Wide receiver shows motion. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Michigan. On to attempt the try. Hit that one with some aggression for the point after. They marched 79 yards on the drive, and he got into the house from the 6 to finish it. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The offense lining up for a 1st down play. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Just ran him over. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
I think tackling is about effort most of the time. It's about how much passion, how much physicality you can bring to get your guy on the ground. Refuse not to get him on the ground. That's not a big back. You got to get that guy on the ground. You can't let him pick up an extra couple yards and stay ahead of the sticks.
They'll leave it with him. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain.
Offensive linemen love to run the power. Why? You run power. You run power. Then you can play action. You don't want that defense to be sitting there saying, it's a pass, having to pass block every play. You got to keep defenses off balance.
And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Offenses that are great on 3rd downs, what do? Most of the time, they keep it in manageable situations where they're not predictable, not just dropping back to pass. They do it here on 3rd and short. They convert. This offense has been so efficient on 3rd downs all throughout this season.
And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
And man coverage, when they get up in your face and they make things hard, you want to be able to attack the whole field and get them leaning one direction and then break outside like you did there. Nice out-route connection, nice chemistry between quarterback and wide receiver.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. They'll go to the ground. Not much of a gain there on the ground, and that will do it for the 1st quarter.
That's the end of the 1st quarter. Score time at 7.
Now facing a 3rd down as they come back to the line after the break. They'll try to run for it. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down.
And you could tell that play went nowhere from the start.
It was definitely a great play by that defender.
Oh, yeah, he got in the backfield so quick, the running back had absolutely no chance.
And the offense will stay on the field. Do you think they're just going to try to make the defense jump? They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. 4th down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
They'll try the right side. And the tackle is made, but there has been a flag thrown. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And the Bulldogs are flying down the field. He'll try the left side. And they make the tackle, but the official has tossed his flag. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Line gets set, first down. Hands it off. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. They're about to snap it for the 7th time on this drive. Back to throw, it's Woodside. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted. That kind of play can really get you going, not only on defense, but the great field position for the O at the 37.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
They'll run this play from the pistol. Leaves it with the back. Makes his man miss. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop.
Nice job getting outside, right? Those running backs, they get on those tracks, they run outside. Now they're in the open field. It's so tough. Those safeties are flying down, try to get an angle, but you could tell the speed sets them up, makes the big play out to the left.
Inside the 15, 1st and 10 from the 14. Right back to the well. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know, you're in the red zone. You bring out a bunch of tight ends on the field. So the defense, they were expecting a run on that one. They were physical, and they were able to force the negative play.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Here comes the option. Runs through the tackle. He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run.
QBs that can run completely change your game plan. I mean, every single bit of it. You have to understand now as a pass rusher, I got to keep him in the pocket. I got to understand all the zone.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Wolverines.
And what a push up front by this offensive line. Everyone playing in unison, driving out of their stance, working into the second level, hats on hats, creating a lane for that running back.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, heavyweights trading punches today in a top 5 battle, and now it's a final. Notre Dame went into hostile territory and came away with a convincing victory. The Irish always get everyone's best punch, but today they took that punch and delivered a knockout of their own. A top 5 clash and a thoroughly impressive showing that could be a huge confidence builder for this program. Back to you.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. To the air, it's Woodside. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
This defense is heating up. They got an interception the last possession. You could tell breaking on the football really, really well. Seeing where the quarterback's throwing it, going to try to get it. Got another hand on it. Almost had another interception.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long. You know a pass is coming. You worked on it all week. Get your feet set at the sticks. Understand that quarterback's got to be rushed. Get him off of this spot. Nice execution by this defense.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Makes a move. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Snap of this drive comes from their own 41. trying to start the drive with a pass. He's got his man. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down. The Wolverines will hustle to the line. Trying to find his man on first down. Quarterback adapting. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Man, I don't know if you want that guy outside the pocket very often because he's so fast and he can do some damage, but they did a nice job containing him. Once he left the pocket, they were ready for it, came to him, he tried to throw the football. Nice hit on the quarterback as he's throwing to force a bad pass.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. Still running at the 35. Running toward the tape. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Michigan. Look, it's still early, but we have some real distance being put on the scoreboard right now.
You do. It's early, but you got to find something positive. Right now, everything going in the other direction. So how are you going to respond when you've been hit in the mouth early in this football game? Got to find something positive quick.
The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And the capper coming on that 48-yard touchdown dart. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here and make something happen on this side of the football.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Here comes the offense on first down. Back to throw. It's Woodside. Gets open down the middle. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
This offense has a second down play. Quick handoff. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Keeps looking downfield. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He'll work his way down to the 28.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football. Had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
They'll try the left side. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting them the football, letting them get some positive yards.
They're going to run it. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia!
And that's a nice drive, a nice physicality, punching it in with the run game. And here's the thing, I like where this offense is going. Nice job creating some momentum, going into the half, cutting down the lead. This thing could get really exciting. Nice job answering the bell right before the half.
And he made the extra point without problem. So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. Coming out with it, it's Hoffman. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a first down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a first down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode to try to score a touchdown or get a field.
But I do think this is a situation where you also have to understand that I have the lead going into the half. I've got the momentum, so don't do anything stupid here.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. They're bringing heat. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. On fourth down, they're taking to the air. Makes a grab enough for the first. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's fourth down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
He's looking on the right side. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. Ripped off a huge shot play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
I love when you back the defense off of you. If you want to get aggressive, I'll take shots down the field, make the defense play more conservative, and now what? Now you're in the red zone with a chance to get some points.
From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Using the quick game. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Wolverines. He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. So a scoring drive there of 83 yards. And they finished it off with the score from the 4.
Georgia, 14.
So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Looking to pass. It's Woodside. Fires to the big fella. And you make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. Ready to get things going here in the second half as Georgia about to kick it away. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They opened this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box, and we got to come out and meet the physical challenge of this offense.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 29. To the ground, he's got it again. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5. They'll try to overcome that last play on 2nd and 15. Goes to the option. They'll force him out of bounds after a solid pickup on the play. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. On the option. The pitch. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game, running the football.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
Well, this defense knew they had to get off to a fast start here in the second half. They're trailing by a bunch of points right now on the scoreboard. They needed to make something positive happen early, and on the very first drive, they get a sack on 3rd down, looking to get the ball back to their offense here.
And the Wolverines decide to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. He gets a block. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Power football with the run. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7.
Small gain, I know. But again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass. Make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
Leaves it with the running back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And you gotta love this defensive performance so far. Done such a good job against the running back that you saw last week, man. He can go off. He can make big plays. He can chew some yardage up and keep an offense on schedule. Nice job by this defense locking in and shutting down the run game so far.
And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, third down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win and gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the first down.
Picked up some yardage on the ground. Now here comes second down. Going to the ground. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
The Bulldogs trying to get a touchdown on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, you got to give the defense credit. They knew a big key in this one was slowing this dude down, especially after how well he played the last time out. They have been swarming him. They have been gang tackling him and getting a lot of penetration up front.
And the quarterback caught up two and sacked at the 12.
Quarterback now has to make sure his guys are dialed in. You can't make any more mistakes. Giving up a negative play on second down by the goal line, you've got to be really smart with this football.
Third and goal coming up here. To the air, it's Woodside. Unleashes to the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look there. Third and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
It's good. Hold on just a second, guys. Flag on the play. Can't make contact with the kicker like that. A costly special teams penalty. You've got to know your path in front of the kicker. Offense comes back on the field. The Dogs look to keep this drive humming. Running back searching for a hole. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's now second and goal.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. And he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, Dogs! Got to start cutting into this lead somewhere. Now the question, will they have enough time?
But that's step one. You got to get that first score. You got to get back in the ball game and get some of that momentum back on your side. You still got more work to do, but step one accomplished.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. UAB is putting on a show offensively. They've built up a comfortable lead against an opponent that's really been outmanned.
Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. After giving up that last touchdown, they've still got the lead, but now feeling a little bit of pressure to answer with one of their own, David.
And it gets a little bit tight. Listen, we're getting later in the ball game. This offense punted last time. They got to find a few plays, Palmer, that they really love here. Steal some momentum back in this ball game.
They do, David, and after watching their defense just get gashed down the field that last drive, the dream drive for this offense would be to matriculate the ball down the field, eat up some clock, and finish it off with a touchdown.
Safe completion on the screen. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker.
Well, you haven't seen a lot of incompletions from this guy now in his last 2 games out. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. As a head coach, you got to love the fact that your quarterback is dialed in.
Wants to throw on first down. He makes the connection. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
He's looking for an open man on second down. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete.
One of the things I love about this kid is that he goes to work. He struggled his last game out, completed less than 50% of his throws. So back to the drawing board, back to fundamentals, and you can see that paying dividends in this game. I know he just threw an incompletion, but for the most part, this guy has been spot on.
They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. He couldn't get close to the marker, got 3 yards, but it'll be 4th and 3.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get them out of a spot.
Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
Scanning the field, it's Woodside. Got the quick pass. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With the score, Michigan 28, Georgia 21.
They've changed ends of the field, now facing 3rd down as they go back to work. To the ground to try to move the chains. Running through contact. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's 1st down at the 38.
The RPO game works really well for this offense because the running back is very patient. It's a bit of a delayed handoff, but he's very good at finding the creases and finding the lanes and then putting his foot in the ground and getting north.
They're going to go right back to him on 1st down. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down.
Well, right away after picking up the 1st down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back. And I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on 1st down. You're starting like that. Now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else.
After losing yardage, it's 2nd and 12. After the run, now to throw. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all off season long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
Let's see if the defense comes after them. 3rd and short from the 45. Quick strike complete. And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs. You just want positive yards, make the right read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Dances away from the heat. and they couldn't make the connection on the long shot. It's great for this quarterback to take shots down the field, but you just don't want it to feel like a give-up or a chuck-it-up and hope kind of play.
And I think understanding the situation, now I'm on defense, right? If they're going to take shots down the field, maybe I'm a little bit more aggressive with my blitz, understanding that everything's going to take a little bit more time to develop if they're going to take those deep shots.
He showed it all there, a little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down.
I'll tell you what, coaches want you to do your best work late in the ball game. He did his best work. Great job taking off. Biggest run of the day after grinding this game out, makes it explosive, now trying to put this game in a good situation.
And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Well, if you're going to get first downs against this defense, you're going to have to earn it. You're going to have to make people miss. This is an excellent tackling unit. You saw it on that last play.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Now rolling to the left. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And they take it in for 6 more points. Well, that didn't necessarily go as planned, but it was most effective in the end.
I love it, Reese. Down in the red zone, this quarterback didn't have anybody open. Didn't panic. He just decided, man, I'm going to go do this myself. I'm going to use my wheels and put up 6 on the board. He did just that.
Here comes the kickoff as we are all tied up in the fourth quarter. He'll bring it out. It's Hoffman. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. Guys, here come those maize and blue wing helmets on offense. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced.
And this will be picked off, a costly turnover in a tie game. He looked as if he thought he had it all the way, and this junior makes a play.
This game right now is hanging in the balance. It's tight. It's close, tied here in the fourth quarter. One play can change everything, and that was a throw that the quarterback wishes he could have.
Guys, this offense coming back out onto the field. They're testing the right side here. They get him stopped after a 2-yard gain. Ball is at the 17.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
Makes the grab on the left. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
And this offense is so close they can almost taste taking a fourth quarter lead, but they don't want to leave too much time on the clock for an answer. Touchdown, Georgia! And with that, they move out front here in the fourth. He makes his way into the end zone for the 50th time in his career.
Man, what a mark to hit. A guy that's so good with the football in his hands. A guy that every single week you know this guy's going to touch the football. And when he gets near the end zone, Palmer, you still know he's going to get it, and he still punches it.
He's the unstoppable force. It doesn't matter what defenses have done throughout his career. This guy finds a way to make people miss, to run away. He's got all the tools you look for in an outstanding running back.
He'll bring it out. It's Hoffman. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe.
Off he goes! He's at the 40. And after gobbling up some serious yardage and showing off those wheels, he's finally out of bounds. And wait just a second, the official's going to take a second look at this one. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. The offense getting set for a first down from the 45. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
It's so important this offense is able to get this guy the ball in space, especially on the perimeter of the field. And I love that last play call because he's able to get outside and use his speed. To me, that's where this guy is his most dangerous.
Little touch pass to the receiver. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down.
And these touch passes, it's so hard because there's always action off of it, right? If I fake this pass and I can run it up the gut, or I can throw it and it just spread me out and make me defend so many things. And you could tell they got on the edge quickly, got the big first down.
Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Gets it into the end zone, but there's a flag down. We'll see if this one is coming back. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. He breaks the tackle. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense. And here comes the offense on second down. The jet sweep pass. Smashes through. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
He's essentially like a jet sweep, right? This offense is going to run the football conventionally. They'll do it between the tackles. They'll do it outside. But there's a lot of different creative ways they can get their playmakers the football in the running game. And I think that was an example of what you saw right there.
Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
You got to keep drives alive late in the game. When you're starting to get in the fourth quarter and it's a one-score game, you got to do whatever you can as that quarterback to scramble around, get extra plays, extra first downs. Really nice job there by the QB.
Fans are bringing the noise on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on third down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on third down.
You can't hear yourself think on third and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Steps away. And that defense doesn't allow a cutback, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain.
And he does everything he can. Tries to scramble, tries to make something happen. Nice job by the defense getting him to the ground. Down by more than a field goal. Interesting decision here on fourth and goal.
Trailing and getting deep in the game, they'll go for it here on fourth and goal. From the gun. He makes a grab. He stopped short, and they'll turn it over. What a huge stand by this defense.
Love the coverage on defense there. Fourth down. They were ready for the pass. You saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play. And now their offense is coming on the field.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. And now, Jesse, the art here is to find the balance between milking the clock and trying to get another score.
I think if you're the coaching staff, too, you like to see your team play its best in the fourth quarter, right? Defense just did their job, so offense now, David, has to go out and handle their business.
Yeah, you got the momentum. Because of the defense, they've given you some momentum. They've given you a great opportunity to take hold of this game and really put a stamp on it.
A first down for the offense. The give to the back. And he's knocked down, but there's also laundry on the field. We'll see what the officials have called. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. Offense gets set for second down. They're going to run it to the right. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. Timeout is called. The clock stopped with 26 seconds left. Third and short. They've got them back up inside the 20, and the D can get the ball back here. Back to pass, it's Woodside. Almost intercepted, and what a momentum swing that could have been, but they still force a fourth down.
Wow, the quarterback got away with one there. He's lucky that defender dropped that pass because if he picks it, he might have taken that one to the house.
Georgia lining up to punt it away. Oh, that's one that can mess with your confidence. That is horrible. And the return man couldn't get to it to make the catch, and the ball will bounce out of bounds. The offense starts with a short field. Looking to move it through the air. He'll take a deep shot here. Fires into traffic, intercepted. He goes out of bounds, but what a play to create a sudden change opportunity. Defense a little too eager on that last one, and now it's 1st and 5. Looks as if the defense was a little too eager there, got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. He'll come out throwing on first down. Unleashes one deep. Touchdown, Michigan! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Number 18.
If they knock through the extra point, we'll be all tied up close to halftime. And the extra point was good, and we are all tied up in the fourth. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. He'll take a knee. It's a touchback save every second he can as they try to put together this final drive. Looking for a productive play on first down. To the ground with the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Loses 1. Second down coming up. That's the end of regulation with the score all tied.
First play of the first possession of OT. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Stop is made, but he picks up 4 yards down to the 21-yard line.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Got some room, entered to the goal line. Touchdown, Wolverines! And they're on top here in overtime.
Number 20.
If this dude were a kitchen knife, he would be slicing tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Well, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torching this defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
And the point after is good.
That makes the score Michigan 46, Georgia 35.
Now on first down, they need to answer with a touchdown. Easy. Quick pass on the jet motion. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football. And you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
Let's see what they've got on second down. Looking downfield, it's Woodside. The junior quarterback frustrated with himself after throwing it behind his man.
This guy is very proud about his accuracy. That's why he's one of the better quarterbacks in all of college football. And that time, ball just got away from him a little bit. It's going to set up third down.
4 down territory in overtime, and they need to pick up a 3rd and long here. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Pass is incomplete, but a lot of contact there. I think it's going to be pass interference and a first down.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
They know what's in front of them. They have to answer that score with a touchdown. Here's the handoff. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
The defense there has their backs against the wall. That's a great job of really just gearing down, getting some push up front, not giving away anything, and making that play and that tackle.
Okay, Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Quickly complete. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes, he's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
Third down in overtime, and they need to get it to the end zone. The give to the back. Able to fight his way ahead for a pickup of 4, but they're still left with a 4th and 2.
2-yard line. Coming up, 4th down.
Fourth down, and here's the ball game right here.
Come on, set. Ready,
Touchdown, Dogs! They got the score. Now to see if they go for the win or the tie.
Man, he's off to a good start this year. That's already his 3rd receiving touchdown. We're only 4 games into this season. I love how they line him up all over the field, and as the season goes on, they're going to keep being more and more creative with how they get this guy the ball.
And he tacks on the extra point. Second overtime period.
3:25.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. Still looking on the move. He can't make the connection. It'll be incomplete. He can scramble but couldn't create anything there.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
Trying to escape and get it himself. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
I just love this guy's instincts, right? When things aren't open right away, he never panics. He just understands the situation where he is on the field, and he's so confident in his own natural ability that he has...
Touchdown, Bulldogs! That score gives them the lead here in the second overtime.
This guy is such a weapon for this offense, especially down in the red area, because of his speed and his size. He's a nice target right there on the post. You see him. It's just really hard to box him out and prevent him from catching the football. Good decision by the QB, and it results in a touchdown.
Now on first down, they need to answer with a touchdown. They'll start this drive with a pass. A little screen to the running back. They make the stop, but not before the screen has hit them for a first down and much more. Really good execution by this offense.
Great job, too, by the QB there. Holding the ball as long as possible, allowing the pass rush to get upfield, and at the very last second, getting it to his guy so that he can go get the first down.
Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all right after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Running play to the left here, looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan! They got it in the end zone. Now a decision to make with a point after.
Man, what a great response by this offense, going down the field, scoring the touchdown. Now, I got to go for 2. I know the new overtime rules. They changed this years ago. Jesse, you should work on this in practice. What's your go-to 2-point play right here?
I'll tell you, after running the ball as well as they did on that last touchdown, I could see them doing it again. I think they've got confidence in the big fellas up front to get it done find a way into the end zone and be more physical.
How about this? These guys are going for 2.
Check. Out 55 weak.
They move the tight end all over. Defense didn't maintain its discipline there, and they get into the neutral zone. It'll cost them 5 yards. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. How about this? A 2-point conversion coming.
Flip it. Cricket. Yep.
Movement here from the tight end. They'll try to pound their way in. He's into the end zone for the 2, and he gives them the lead.
You know, David, coaches are always preaching mental toughness, and at this juncture of the game, you need one play to get it done, and the offense delivered.
Man, all this time, all the energy, all the effort to get to that one singular play. Offense versus defense for a 2-point conversion, and the offense comes through with the win.
What a thriller. What a confidence builder to be able to come up with a win like that in overtime.
This team has to love their ability to come up with big plays in big moments. How about in overtime, the individual efforts we saw, this team playing as a unit, doing enough and doing everything that was needed to get the W.
It's such an exciting game, up and down, back and forth. It's heartbreaking if you lose, but when you come through with these games late in the ball game, it gives you confidence throughout the season to continue to build on it. What a great win.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.